Hi, this is Jenny, Benevolent Dictator at the Botany Bay. And after you've done stuff with the things that you bought, we figure you need some music. So we're happy to sponsor Musical Musings, a showcase of local music talent. And this is Marissa, the host.
Hey everyone, Marissa Hempel here with WBON-TV. So, if you're not aware yet, which you definitely should be, Musical Musings is this new local podcast we're doing, and it features artists from all over. We've had people from as far as Georgia, West Virginia coming in, playing their original music, and we do interviews as well. And we want artists from all over, definitely check it out. And we are so happy to have Botany Bay sponsoring it because this is so exciting for the local music scene. And of course, it's not a requirement to have to buy stuff to do stuff with, but it's highly recommended. Right, Jenny?
Sure. Visit us at 980 Commercial Drive in Richmond or 420 East New Circle Road in Lexington. With prices so low, you'll think we're high.
Hello, and welcome to yet another edition of Musical Musings for WBON-TV, sponsored by Botany Bay, the place to buy stuff to do stuff with. I'm Marissa Hempel, your host, and I'm here with Dallas Remington. So she had a little bit of a long trek here and had a sound check, right, Dallas?
Yes, yeah, we just got done with sound check over at Lake Reba. It was a very long one, but we got it done. We're ready for tonight. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be fun. We're going to rock out for a while.
Now, we are definitely excited, and I definitely am. And for those of you who don't know, because this will be playing a little bit later in July, it's 4th of July today.
Yes.
So, happy
I'm
Independence
wearing flags.
Day.
Happy 4th of July.
She is. You're way more Independence Day ready than me, but I do have blue and white on.
Yes.
So you are from Nashville. Well, no, you're from Kentucky, actually.
I'm from Kentucky, born and raised. I'm from the Paducah area, so I think it's about 4 hours west of here. But I moved to Nashville when I was 15 to pursue a career in country music, and it's been awesome. We drove it back and forth from the time I was 11 until I was 15, once or twice a week. Like, it was all the time, you know. And it was only like 2 hours from Nashville, but we made that leap and moved down there about 3.5 years ago. So
the whole family came down?
No, not actually. So my dad is still in Western Kentucky, supporting my habit, I say. So he runs a farm and runs a business out there. So he's there, and then my mom moved with me to support me because, I mean, I was 15 and couldn't do any of this without her. So she's there with me, and then he's back home on the farm supporting.
Well, you're still really young. Tell everybody how old you are if you don't care to indulge.
So I'm 19. I turned 19 in February. So, yeah, a little young. But I've been doing this a long time, so I feel like I feel old. But I'm not. So I have to think about that. I'm like, oh, you're only 19. And, like, all my friends are older, and it's funny. I'm just like, oh, yeah.
What do you think of Nashville? Because I love Nashville.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Like, I've seen it grow. Like, you know, I always get asked by people, like, how old were you, like, when you first heard of Nashville? I'm like, well, I'm only from 2 hours from there, so we used to drive to Nashville just to go to the mall. So, like, I've seen it my entire life and seen how it's changed, and it's growing so much, and I love it. The traffic's a little annoying because there are a lot of people, but I just love that it has become this, like, worldwide, everyone wants to come to Nashville, Music City, you know, but it still has that small-town vibe, and I just absolutely love it. I feel like I'm still in Kentucky, you know.
Right, yeah, and you said you're from Western Kentucky, so that's not far, and I'm definitely envious because Nashville, that's the hub, so you were right where you need to be.
Yes, yeah, so it's been absolutely awesome. Like I said, I did my first show in Nashville when I was 11, and started going back and forth all the time for that, and then I got in an artist development program when I was 14 or 15, and then it just kind of kept going from there, and then, like I said, we moved, and it's been absolutely awesome.
So you've been playing for about a decade then.
Mm-hmm. That's weird to think. We were talking about that yesterday. I'm like, I don't feel like I should be old enough to have known anybody or have done something for 10 years, you know, because I started playing guitar right before I turned 10. So next January will be 10 years of me playing guitar. And I'm like, that just is absolutely weird to me. I don't know how that makes sense, but we're there, and I love it, and guitar is my favorite thing. Playing guitar and singing is my favorite thing to do, so.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, that's a perfect segue because I definitely want to hear one of your songs. I don't know exactly what the lineup that you have planned is. There's a couple I want to hear.
Yeah.
I never tell people which ones I want to hear, and usually I usually get my way, but
awesome.
I try to be quiet about it. So if you want to start off, we can do one song and then we'll banter a little bit more.
Awesome, yeah.
Which one do you have planned, dear?
So this first one I'm going to do is actually my current single at Country Radio. It's called Boy in a Band. We're going up the charts right now with it. We're very excited. I know this is coming out in a few weeks, so I won't say a number because that would just be different, you know. But we're hopefully by this comes out in the top 40. But this is a song called "Boy in a Band." My mama said he'll break your heart in two. Said when you start to fall, he'll steal your parachute. Yeah, he's got green eyes and long dark hair. My mama told me to be prepared. She said he'll make you wanna walk this way. Then he'll whisper in your ear and make you wanna stay. He'll give you everything you thought you needed. Song, it really makes me smile. Yeah, he's got green eyes and long dark hair. I'm sure that I don't care. Yeah, 'cause I'm in love with a boy in a band. I don't care. Yeah, I'll always be his biggest fan. I know. Start to fall asleep in your parachute. But I don't care, yeah, 'cause I'm in love with a boy in a band. I don't care, yeah, I'll always be his biggest fan. I know I'll be my heart broke when it goes back on the road again. But I don't care, yeah, 'cause I'm in love with a boy in a band. Boy in a band.
I love it.
Thank
I
you.
was
Thank you so
hoping
much.
you'd play that one. Because when I first heard that song, when I found out about you, I was like, okay, this is like totally Marissa, like circa 18-year-old old vibes. So I get it.
Awesome.
So please tell me there's a story behind this for you.
Yeah, so I actually wrote this with my good friend Miss Sydney St. George, and I think it worked out really well for her. We were sitting around talking about everything. I think she was 19 and I was 16 or 17 at the time when we wrote this song, and we were just sitting around talking about a couple boys, and she's engaged to hers now, so they're getting married in a few months, so that's gonna be awesome.
Well,
I'm
congrats
excited for the
them.
wedding.
Glad it worked
Yeah,
out.
like it worked out very well for them. There was a boy on my end. He might still be hanging around. I don't know.
But you're not engaged.
No, I'm not engaged. No.
Just
I'm
for
still
everyone watching and
just a
listening
little
right now.
young for that right
Yeah.
now, but there may be a boy still.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I love that. That's a great song. For those of you who are just catching us, this is WBONTV's Musical Musings. I'm here with Dallas Remington. She is a Kentucky native, but she's now in Nashville. And of course, we're sponsored by the always wonderful Botany Bay, and you can find them at 420 East New Circle Road in Lexington, or they're right here in Richmond, actually down the street from our studios here at 980 Commercial Drive in Southern Hills Plaza. So Dallas, tell us kind of some of your inspirations? Where do you get, I know you've been doing this for, like we said earlier, a decade, but where did all this start, your musical aspirations and inspirations?
Yeah, so like any other little girl, I was like, I want to grow up and be a star. Like, I didn't really care what it was going to be. I thought I was either going to be like a professional chef or like a celebrity chef or whatever, or a singer, an actress or whatever. But I've always loved to sing. Like, I think I sang in public for the first time when I was like 4 or 5 in my church, and I sang Jesus Take the Wheel at church. And I am not a soprano, I'm an alto. So it was an experience, but it was awesome. And like, I loved that song, and I just loved being able to sing. And I loved, we had a worship leader at our church. Her name was Tanya, and just every Sunday I would just sit there and just stare at her, because she was just this amazing vocalist. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And my grandmother was on the worship team too. And I just watching them and hearing them sing, I just loved their voices. So I've always loved music and loved singing from such a young age. And then my brother actually moved away when I was 9, about to be 10, to pursue a career in soccer. So he was 15, so he moved to Georgia. And so I was really lonely. We started homeschooling me because I wanted to go travel to be able to see him, And my grandmother saw an ad for a guitar teacher, actually, at our local Opry. And she was like, why don't you go, I call her my grandmother. Her name's Ma Pa, for anyone who knows her. Her name's Ma Pa is what we call her. But she's like, why don't you go take guitar lessons, see what it's like, And so I went and started taking vocal lessons and guitar lessons from him. And I kind of fell in love with it. And then he had a talent competition at the Opry. And I won my week. And when you won your week, they posted a video of you. And then a producer saw it. And then in Nashville. And he invited me to start coming to Nashville and doing shows. And so it was all just kind of this big, like, God opening doors left and right that you would never expect to have happened, and it was just a major blessing, all of it. And so I always tell the story, I loved playing guitar, but I wasn't like in love with it until my brother had to take a Guitar 101, I think his sophomore year of high school. And he got better than me in about 3 weeks. And I could not handle that. I was like, you're not going to be better than me.
So
I've been playing for a year.
motivation.
Yeah, that was motivation. I was like, you're not going to be better than me. And I'm like, we're very competitive. Like, we grew up, he's 6 years older than me, but like, I would play soccer with him and his friends. Like, I was one of the guys. And like, I was a very competitive child. So I still am to this day. But he, when he got better than me, I was like, not happening, boy. And so I mean, I loved it already, but that just kind of gave me that extra kick to just go in and start woodshedding, as I call it, and just play. And I just fell in love with it and started performing all the time. And like, I think I did my first set in Nashville when I was 11, right before I turned 12, and then I haven't slowed down ever since. So,
oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really serendipitous how everything kind of fell into place. Mm-hmm. It always seems like it starts in church, though.
Yes, yeah. It's absolutely amazing. And we're very thankful for all the doors that have been opened, and we still look for every door to be opened, that's meant to be. So
awesome. Yeah. Well, Dallas, do you write all your own stuff?
Yeah, so I co-write a lot. Like, I released a record a year ago, 4th of July, actually. So
yeah, you want to plug that with
yeah, the record's actually called Freedom. What a better fitting day than 4th of July, And we released that a year ago, and every song on there I co-wrote with some of my best friends and some of the best writers in Nashville. They say to find your group and go with them, and I've found an amazing group of people to write with, and I absolutely love all of them. So I write every day I'm in Nashville. I have at least one write, if not 2, sometimes 3. We just sit in rooms and we toss around ideas and try to come up with the best song in the room. And so I love doing that, and just love being able to, it's like a form of therapy for some people. There's like, you never know what somebody's feeling in that room that day, and sometimes the idea that they throw out, you can feel that they need to write it. And it's an amazing thing to be able to write a song and get those feelings that you wouldn't know how to say out without music with them.
Right, and I definitely see that in some of your songs. I'm guessing you have another one lined up that kind of is evocative of that, right?
Yeah.
Something with some feeling in it for us?
Yes.
Okay, which one's this one?
So this is actually, I'm going to play Never Turned Around.
Oh, yes, great.
So this was our second single of the country radio. It came out about summer of 2018, and it ended up being my first top 40 record, and we were very, very excited about that, and we're very thankful for everything that this song has done, for all the doors it's opened, and for country radio for supporting me. I mean, we released my first single when I was 17, so the fact that country radio has supported me from such a young age, it just blows my mind, and such a young stage in my career as well. So this is the song that broke the top 40 and opened a lot of doors, and I'll forever be thankful for it. It's
Awesome.
never turned around. Sun-kissed skin, ready to get in some trouble. You were in that Jeep, waiting on me, yelling, come on. Pulling in all nighter, coming home at sunrise. We made the best of your last night in town, till our time ran out. You were 18 and ready to leave. I was 16, heading your way. I was holding you back from your dreams and the things you wanted. I'm begging you to stay. You had my heart in the letter I wrote you, hoping it would change your mind and slow you down. But you never turned around. Seeing you dancing around a bonfire, I fell in love for the first time. That was the summer of my life. So many secrets that we kept between us. I remember them all to this day. We were young and crazy. You were 18 and ready to leave. I was 16, heading your way. I was holding you back from your dreams and the things you wanted. I'm begging you to stay. You had my heart in the letter I wrote you, hoping it would change your mind and slow you down. But you never turned around. And I said I wouldn't wait, but I've been counting down. Ain't it time you turn back around? You were 18 and ready to leave. I was 16 and in your way. You were 18 and ready to leave. I was 16 and in your way. I was holding you back from your dreams and the things you wanted. I'm begging you to stay. You had my heart in the letter I wrote you, hoping it would change your mind and slow you down. And slow you down. But you never turned around.
Yay, awesome.
Thank you.
So what was it like hearing that for the first time, like on the radio, like hitting the charts? Was that just like an out of body experience?
It's absolutely amazing. I mean, like, it wasn't with, I mean, just, it's always amazing to hear your song on the radio, but I feel like the most, crazy experience ever was when we had my first single out, and it was called Found Her Freedom, and I was sitting at a radio station, in, I think it was Dixon, Tennessee, and they played, It Must Be Love by Don Williams, and I love Don Williams. Like, I love traditional country. So I'm sitting there jamming, and I hadn't gone on for my interview yet. And then the next thing you know, here comes my song playing right after Don Williams. And I was just like, what is going on?
Mind-blowing,
What is this
right?
world? Like, I started
Yeah.
crying right there in the studio, and I don't cry very
Aw.
often. So I was like, and like the DJ's one of my favorite people in the world. I'm like, you have no idea what you've just done. Like, that's the first time I've ever heard my song, like, on the radio.
Yeah.
So it was just, every time I get to hear it, it's amazing. And I had I had a first the other day. One of my friends, he lives around St. Louis. I don't know what he was doing. He was driving home from work or something, and he sent me a video. He turned on the radio, and Boy and a Band was playing. And he sent me a video, and I was like, that's never happened before. I've never had someone, like, text me that I know and be like, you were on the radio in my hometown. Like, it's absolutely amazing every time. And kind of blows my mind that I get to do this, and I get to do it for a living and all the time. And I love it. And I'm very thankful for everyone that's played the songs and supported them so far. It's just been absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it seems like you've already gotten a lot of traction. So that is amazing, especially at such a young age.
Yes, yeah. We've been working at it for a very long time now. And so I say we have a team around me, but mainly me and Mama. But we have a team that's been working for my career just as hard as I work for mine. You know, we have an amazing radio promotions team that every week they're just out there calling, just working it like crazy. And I can never be more thankful or appreciative of them, because they work for my career like it's their own. And I love them so much, and everyone else on the team on every aspect. I've got an amazing group around me.
Well, you also have a band too, because I know you guys do a lot of live stuff too.
Yes,
So you want to plug any of that?
Yeah, so we've got a band. I've got a band. We travel all over the place, and we're here for 4th of July, and then I head home, and then I actually head out to Delaware to do some acoustic things with like a home player, my buddy Drew, and then we're heading to Ohio to just do some solo stuff. So I'll actually be in Cincinnati, July 25th, 4th. It'll be on my social media. My brain's, I'm fried. I've been out in the heat all day. But
yeah, it's hot out there. Just so
it's hot.
Knows.
So we'll be out in Cincinnati, and then I'll be in Columbus. And so we're kind of all over the place right now. But it's absolutely, my two favorite things are music and traveling. So I found, a career that lets me do both. So
yeah, I'd say you've gotten pretty lucky. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, Dallas, I understand you have one more song, so unfortunately we have to play your last one. That we could talk a little bit more, but we're going to have to cut it short soon.
Yeah, no,
so what is this last song you got for us?
So this last one has not been released yet.
Ooh, exciting. Okay,
we
like that.
It will actually be our next single after Boy and a Band comes off the charts.
Okay. Because you said, when's your new album coming out?
We don't have a record set yet to release. We're doing a couple singles to lead hopefully up to a new record. I have to get back in the studio. So we just cut 2 singles. We're very excited about that. No release dates yet, nothing. And,
so stay tuned, everybody, if you like what you hear.
Everyone knows what the first one is. No one knows what the second one is yet. One of my co-writers didn't even know it, and I told her, and she was like, you did what now? But so we've been back in the studio, and then hopefully we'll keep working towards a new record or an EP or something to come out, but nothing.
You're obviously pretty busy, so we understand.
We're on the road constantly, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, so we got to sit down and get some stuff figured out. But we don't have any exact dates set on this next song, but we do know it will be coming out, and it'll be our next single to country radio after Boy and a Band comes off the charts. So
so we kind of get a little bit of first taste here. So what's this one called?
This one's called Princess.
Okay.
And I wrote it with my good friends, Miss Nancy Deckett and the wonderful and amazing Miss Bridget Tatum. And if y'all don't know who Bridget is, you can just kind of Google her. She's amazing. She's an amazing artist in her own right, but a phenomenal songwriter. And she got together with Nancy and I, and this song just kind of flew out of all of us, and it was a lot of fun. And I've played it, I think, in every show since we wrote it over a year and a half ago. I end most shows with the song. And it's just one of my favorite songs I've ever been a part of, because I'm kind of sassy, as you can tell. I like to sass a little bit, and so it's a sassy song, but it's a lot of fun. And yeah, it's called Princess.
All right, hits with Princess. I love it.
You don't think you gotta cook. You don't think you gotta clean. You wanna paint your nails, sit around reading magazines. A selfie machine, a junkie for the main. Well, there's a difference between perception and reality. You ain't a princess. Taking double shots. You ain't a castle on a hill. Girl, let me be real. You got a double wide trailer with some late utility bills. Your daddy ain't no king of anything. It don't count that your mama was the 88 soybean queen. You ain't a princess, you're just a dirt road every time. There ain't no prince here, just a bunch of bars and a pickup truck. And the closest to the family that I get ever got is at the bar taking double shots. You ain't a princess, you're just a small town hang around, never leaving hot mess. Girl, I've been knowing you too long. Will you tell me all that junk of knocked off charade you got going on? You ain't a princess, you're just a dirt road debutante. There ain't no prince here, just a bunch of bars and some pickup trucks. And the closest to the family that I get ever got is at the bar taking double shots. You ain't a princess, you're just a small town hang around Pinto, getting round dime store discount. Prize winner fairground, never leaving hot mess.
Okay, I see why you closed with that. No, that is a badass song.
Well, thank
I
you
see
so
the
much.
sass. I love it.
Thank you.
Awesome. So if you guys are just joining us again, this is WBONTV's Musical Music. We're sponsored by the always wonderful Botany Bay. You can find them at 420 East New Silver Road in Lexington, which is very appropriate, and 980 Commercial Drive in Southern Hills. And they tell me that their prices are so low you think they're high. So that's what they go with. So we're here with Dallas, and she just hit us with a song that really hasn't even been released yet. And that might be a new favorite for me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really like that. So I'm trying to think, like, it gave me vibes of someone. I'm trying to think, like, kind of, who's your, like, country girl inspiration, would you say?
We'll see, like I love Miranda Lambert.
Okay, that's what I was gonna.
Yeah.
was gonna let you say it,
Yeah,
but
I love
yeah.
Miranda. I mean, I've grown up singing her music, but I love Miranda. I mean, I love any like strong, independent woman, you know, that likes to rock a little bit. So, we've gotten people said that should be a Gretchen song, so I'd be fine with that.
You
but
literally hit the two I was
wanna-
thinking of.
I
I'm not even
wanna-
a big country girl, and I knew that.
Yeah, I want it to be my song, but I'm like, Gretchen Cut would be cool, but we're
Yeah.
saving this one for me, and then, but yeah, I don't know, there's so many, you know.
No,
and-
you definitely have your own style, but that song
Yeah.
specifically, I was like, Gretchen Wilson
Yeah.
and Miranda Lambert. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, perfectly. You
Yeah,
know? And
so
you
I
kind of look
love-
like Miranda a little
Thank
bit.
you.
I know you're
Thank
like,
you.
thanks. That's a compliment.
Yeah, I love, I love that song, and I love those two girls, and so I definitely look up to them just because they're just very strong women, and they just say what they think, and they don't care, and we need more people who are strong, and they just sing what they want, you know, and they sing the truth. So I'm all about honesty in songs, and I feel you can feel their honesty, and so I love them. And there's just so many. I mean, there's so many girls out there who are doing their own things, and there's so many different people coming out that are just making music their own, and I just love it so much. And to see, I mean, Nashville, you know, we're Music City, but we're not just country music anymore. We're literally everything. We have rock bands, we have pop bands, we have EDM bands, we have everything in Nashville, and I absolutely love it because it's just a town that gives a voice to everyone, and you find your group and you can fit in anywhere, or even if you stand out even though you fit in, you know, and it's just an amazing place to be, and I absolutely love what's going on down there, and love getting to see everybody get to chase their dreams and follow it. And it's
Yeah, you're
awesome.
right in the middle of it. You stole my last question, really, because I was going to say, how's the music scene in Nashville?
Yeah.
Which is like the most obvious dumb question ever. But yeah, you definitely.
Yeah,
summed
it's
it up.
definitely all over the place. I think like Paramore and Kings of Leon are based in Nashville, and then like Jason Isbell. You got everybody. We cover all of and we've got pop artists. I know a bunch of independent pop artists that are based in Nashville, and so it's cool that they're getting a place to play now. And there's like this underground pop scene that's coming up, and it's absolutely amazing. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if you all liked what you heard, which I definitely did, but I won't speak for everybody else, but if you did, Dallas, tell us where they can find more of your music.
Yeah, so my name is Dallas Remington. That's Dallas like the city and Remington like the shotgun or the curling iron, whichever one you choose. They're spelled the same way with one M. And you can go to dallasremington.com, and from there you can buy the EP. And then there's also links to all the social medias that I'm on. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those things. We released a video for Boy in a Band a little while back, so it's on Facebook and YouTube. So y'all check that out, share it with your friends. And yeah, I'm all over the place. And if I'm ever in your area, come say hi to me, because I post all my shows and I'd love to meet y'all. And yeah.
Awesome. We're so glad to have you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much
and
for having me.
good luck tonight.
Thank you.
You're just
Thank
killing
you.
it. So you're doing like, a semi-live thing, and then you're going to be performing before the big boom tonight. So
Yes, yeah, and I think I'm actually doing the anthem as well. I don't know if that's supposed to be a surprise or not, but I'm actually doing the anthem too. So singing right up until the fireworks. So
let's hope you have a voice tomorrow before you go.
yeah, me too. I hope so too. I'm playing tomorrow night actually in Hurricane Mills at Loretta Lynn's place. So we'll be hitting the road early in the morning, getting back to Nashville and dropping off the band and going out to Western Tennessee. So
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking time to come see us.
well, thank you
Dallas.
so much for having me.
You definitely have a few new fans in the room. I'm sure you
Thank
do.
you.
I'm sure the boys are all about it.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
for another edition of Musical Musings for WBON TV, sponsored by Botany Bay, I'm Marissa Hempel.